Let's rematch S-Laser. Let's start the same way we started last night and see if we can do it better this time, I guess. Still couldn't get that last one, though. Also, it peaked at like 75 degrees today, and it's still almost that in this room, which is not as bad as it was before. It's actually cooler out now, and I have windows open. But yeah, today was probably the warmest it's been here all year. And it's supposed to dip again. But yeah, if you hear weird noises on the mic, it's because of the windows being open. Oh boy. That lag, though. That didn't hit me? Okay. Definitely got myself into a situation there. It is nice that they flash the screen black rather than white with the lightning. Oh, I forgot to do the thing. Hang on. I was looking right at it before, and then I forgot to actually update it. There we go. Oh, that one got away. I was gonna miss 2 of the ring tossers, but I only missed 1. Oh, frickin' Geneva Convention violating, dude. He only shot that bullet when he was point blank. Well, no secret bonus on this stage. Oh yeah, we were talking about, like, the differences in the music between this and the arcade, and I mentioned that, like, the slap bass definitely... Oh, come on! Why aren't these guys dying, like, more quickly? Level 3 escalator, that's a really dumb hit to take. In addition to the slap bass being much more aggressive, the percussion in general is. That was close. That was also kind of close. Okay. Damn, he got that shot off early. Alright, so we've only gotten, what, one secret bonus? We won't have level 5 to start with here. Slowdown helps. Okay, now we have it. Right after the problematic phase. Sure, okay. Well, that's a bold new strategy I just made up. But you are seemingly safer at the right end than the left end until the last bit where the blue dudes come in. In that last wave. Hey, throw up. You were here for some of the Celeste streams, right? If I'm remembering correctly. Yeah. I did eventually play Celeste 64, as well as one fan-made mod for that. The fan-made mod was definitely, it called itself the B-sides, like B-E-E. I would say it probably qualified more as C-sides with some of the difficulty, though. At any rate, I'm probably thinking of playing the Messenger next. And I do every so often think I want to, like, look at more Celeste things. And, I mean, the fact that I played Celeste is pretty much the reason that I have suddenly prioritized playing the Messenger, because originally I didn't really think the Messenger would be the kind of thing I'd be into. But I figure if I could handle Celeste, I can probably handle the Messenger. It's extremely common to take a hit in that wave anyway. I almost made it through it. Probably moved down a little faster than I should have there. That really is kind of weird, that boss. It feels like they really phoned that one in. Especially after how ridiculous the fourth boss is. Like, on the Super NES version particularly, stages 4 and 5 are completely new. Like, you don't see those bosses, or really those stages in the arcade version, because they've got, like, the Mode 7 stuff going on and everything. Alright, well, let's see how we can do on the final stage this time around. Now that I'm maybe a little more prepared than I was yesterday. Mine too. See, I need to play the Toho games at some point. I do shmups on a weekly basis, usually. Since I'm in EI's Shmup Book Club. But I really haven't touched the Toho series. I've listened to remixes of the Toho series plenty of times. That's what I lead into my shmup streams with, usually. But I really haven't played... I played Scarlet Curiosity, which is an action RPG very much like the modern Ys games. That's... that's the most I've played of the Toho series. Of course, I don't think I would ever, you know, be able to do any of the absolutely ridiculous stuff that they expect you to do for some of the types it clears in those. But yeah, this is a 90s shmup by Jalico. It's actually, this is available on Nintendo Online, rather like on the Switch if you have the service on that. For some reason, all the Jalico SNES stuff is available on there. But I grew up with this game, never beat it as a kid. And then, I don't know, over half a decade ago at this point, I saw Zaki beat it, and I kind of learned from that, and then I got back into it. But I have not played it in a long time, and I'm coming back to it now. That's way too far forward. Actually, which... I probably should just do this way. For this weapon. I'll probably not wind up correctly for this. That'll work. But yeah, that's not great. Now I would like to be down here. Okay, cool, got away with that. So the thing that's rotating around the sides is kind of always distracting the S-laser. Oh boy. Fortunately, there are several save spots. I shouldn't be down here, I should be up there. Now we can actually start hitting it again. Oh, I got hit by that. That was silly. Fortunately, I had over 5 health. Okay. We got another, like, 2 health for that, I think. We should be good this time. Let's see what happens. But yeah, what I'm trying to do is beat... So this game gives you 8 weapons to select from on each stage, and I'm trying to beat, like, all the stages with the same weapon. Which, typically for either a score run or a speed run of this, you change weapons throughout the run. Because, some weapons are not nearly as good at some stages. hit once there. Okay, we're past the first phase. Got hit again there, but this should be it. Alright, we're on to the third phase. And we're done. We did it. That was a 1cc. First 1cc of the event. Went much better than yesterday. Thanks to the GG. And since that was a 1cc, I should let this play out. Let me stop the timer while we're waiting for the credits. I actually need to check. I need to check, because I'm pretty sure... pretty sure Shmups Farm has a leaderboard for, like, runs with, like, one weapon through the entire run. But almost nobody runs this that way. Everyone runs free select. Yeah. There are literally... There's one homing only run on easy difficulty on the Japanese version by Dispatch. Everything else is free select on the SNES version. Nobody has ever done single weapon runs. So, like, I feel like I might as well submit these when I'm done with this. Any of the 1ccs that I get could go on that list. Your approach on the second to last boss is much different. Oh, I mean, I didn't go for anything efficient at all on the second to last boss. I just did what I know works to not get hit mostly. I know that when we use Explode for the speed run, we start tucked into it at the lower right. And I think we sacrifice a hit, though, because that is not a safe spot from the yellow spray going left. And I was trying not to take hits. I did take at least one during the second to last boss. And at least one on the last one. I don't know whether I got one or two hit on the last one. The upper right is safe from lightning? You would think that's where all the lightning comes from. How the heck can that be safe from lightning? Does it actually start lower than the corner? I mean, the really funny thing with the lightning, though, is how, like, you can stay near the top left, and for some reason, sometimes there's one lightning bolt that will go right through your ship, and sometimes it won't register a hit, and no idea why. Okay, I should also throw a marker down here.